Welcome to Maritime, Pakistan. Today, we are exploring the 1990 International Convention on Oil Pollution Preparedness, Response, and Cooperation, known as the OPRC. By the late 1980s, the global shipping industry was growing at a pace that far exceeded the existing safety protocols. Thousands of vessels crossed the oceans daily, and with that immense volume of traffic came a rising risk of large-scale marine oil spills. The core challenge was geographical. As we see in this aerial photograph of an oil slick near a forested island, ocean currents do not recognize national boundaries. A single accident can quickly spread across hundreds of miles, overwhelming the containment resources of any one country. Because the tides turn local accidents into international crises, it became clear that the world needed a unified safety net rather than a fragmented, nation-by-nation approach to spills. In July 1989, leading industrial nations convened in Paris, seen here gathered in front of the Louvre Pyramid, and issued an urgent call for a new global maritime framework to prevent marine pollution. The International Maritime Organization, seen here at their London headquarters, responded rapidly. They endorsed the call by November 1989 and officially adopted the OPRC Treaty on November 30, 1990. Following the required international ratifications, the treaty officially entered into force in May 1995, making these protocols a binding part of maritime law. Moving from a high-level political request to a signed legal framework in just 16 months is significantly faster than the usual pace of international diplomacy, bringing these safety measures online years ahead of standard legislative schedules. The OPRC establishes a chain of response that starts at the micro level. It mandates that every individual ship is legally required to carry its own shipboard oil pollution emergency plan. This requirement includes stationary marine infrastructure. Operators of offshore units, like the rig pictured here, must also maintain coordinated emergency plans that are ready to be executed at a moment's notice. If a pollution incident occurs, these plans require an immediate operational trigger. The ship or unit must report the spill to local coastal authorities as soon as it is detected. By embedding these protocols into law, the OPRC creates a system where every incident has a specific reporting obligation and a documented reaction strategy ready to be deployed on the water. Once a threat is reported, the scale of the response shifts to the coastline. The treaty requires participating nations to have national measures in place before an incident occurs. A primary requirement is the maintenance of physical infrastructure. But even with these measures, a massive spill can completely overwhelm the independent stockpiles of a single nation. This is where the macro-level mechanics of the OPRC activate. When a country is overwhelmed, other treaty parties provide immediate international assistance, sending physical support across borders. To facilitate this, the treaty includes a vital financial provision, guaranteeing reimbursement to the assisting countries. The International Maritime Organization acts as the grand coordinator for this network, overseeing the logistics of international response and the subsequent financial settlements. This cooperation ensures that an environmental catastrophe does not also trigger an economic collapse for the affected nation, as the disaster becomes a shared, manageable burden. Before these rules, ocean protection relied on isolated local efforts. Today, individual ships and national agencies operate within a single coordinated response structure. The success of the 1990 framework allowed it to expand. In the year 2000, the OPRC HNS protocol was adopted to address new marine threats. This protocol applied the same rules of preparation and international cooperation to hazardous and noxious substances. By including chemicals alongside oil, the framework provided a template that now scales to meet various types of marine environmental threats. The 1990 OPRC created a permanent blueprint for marine defense, establishing a system that remains the standard for international environmental response decades later. Because the ocean connects every continent, protecting it remains a shared international responsibility. We hope that you liked today's video. Post your questions in the comment section for future videos. Thank you for watching.